video today on things that you can do during a writer's strike to stay proactive, to stay on top of things, and to not freak out. These things happen. It happens in cycles. It happened in 2008, and with the economy and everything just kind of a little bit weird right now and not doing so well. I mean, things tend to happen, and I want you guys to know before I even jump into the video that everything's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be okay. The industry isn't going anywhere, but we have to make sure that we stay on top of things, that we stay educated, that we don't let our emotions and our fear and our panic get the best of us, and we use that energy instead to stay proactive and to, again, stay on top of things, so when things do pick back up, and they will be at full force, you are at least ready, you are prepared, and you've built that stamina and that momentum to push forward. So I made a list of things that you can do during a strike, during a dry season, during slow time. I made a video very similar to this a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago. So I'm kind of just gonna reiterate some things that I said in that video and then kind of build from there. First, before anything, number one, do not panic. Guys, this happens. It's a cycle. It happened in 2008. The industry goes through changes. It goes through phases. And with the economy and the inflation and things getting more expensive, it is about time. Our writers deserve to get paid what they deserve to get paid, plus some. With streaming and everything, that's kind of changed the ball game on writers and content and media. They are definitely getting the short end of the stick. Our writers are. The writers that are making these companies, these corporations, billions of dollars. So do not panic. These things happen. They resolve themselves. I have a video about the writer's strike and what the cause of it and the speculations. I don't want to say speculations, but what is causing the writer's strike, why the writers want to go on strike. I made a video on it. I'll tag it somewhere here in the description box below, but I definitely recommend that you guys watch that video just so you guys can understand a writer's strike. Obviously, I'm not in the Writers Guild. I'm not an expert. I'm an actor, but I definitely recommend watching that video. It has links to some articles from Deadline, as well as following Michael Jamin on Screenwriters Need to Hear This as well, just to keep up to date with the news. But guys, don't panic. Alert, not anxious. That was our motto during the pandemic. It applies to as well right now. Do not panic. Educate yourself. Do not call your agents. That's the next thing. Do not call your agents. Don't panic. Don't freak out. A lot of agents are closing their doors. A lot of them are kind of just putting everything on pause. Keep in mind your agents are very well aware of what's going on. They're not, they don't hate you and nothing's personal. They're experiencing the struggle as well. Don't call your agents, talk about, oh, what can I do to improve? What can we do to strategize this, that, the other, unless you legitimately are in a point where you want to kind of reevaluate your branding or get new headshots or whatever the case is. But don't call your representation, don't call your agents, don't call your managers. Be like, what can we do to strategize? Why is it so slow? Everybody's experiencing slowness. Do not panic. Don't call your agents. Let them be. Do everything you can on your part. And it's a team. It's a collaborative effort. So help them by helping yourself, if that makes sense. Take matters into your own hands. Support your unions, the Directors Guild, the Screen Actors Guild, the SAG, the Writers Guild. Support your unions as much as possible. Organize pickets, organize boycotts. Call your local unions, offices, or stay in the loop of things, and support your unions and picket, because it amazes to me how many people say we don't need unions in today's day, but with if the pandemic has shown us anything, is the corporation's true colors. Employees always get the bad end of the stick. I have a love-hate relationship with capitalism, but I don't want to get into the details of that, but the reality is we do live in a capitalistic society. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with it, but do support your unions. We need to support unions always, 24/7, 365 days of the year, but now more than ever with the evolving changes of streaming and less content being available and all of that stuff. Again, stay educated, go on Deadline, and do the things. If you are in the unions, go to your meetings and stay informed. Another thing I think is super important, and this is the best time to do that, is stay on top of your finances, guys. Pay off debt, pay off debt, pay off debt, build up that savings, start building those habits as a creative, and to be able to fund your acting career. I get it, some of us are working day jobs that we're not passionate about, but these are kind of um, the mechanism of what we're doing to be able to support our dream job, right? And to invest in it. But please, guys, right now is the best time to pay off debt, whether it be delivering food, getting a part-time job, overtime, picking up shifts, whatever it is. Pay off debt, pay off debt, pay off debt. So when things do pick back up, you're able to come with a more free space, a place of financial freedom, or somewhat financial freedom, to be able to, if you need to, leave a job, or if you need to, take some time away, because you booked something, you're in a good financial place. So please, guys, get financially educated. Some books I'm reading right now that I recommend. The Psychology of Money is a really good book. It talks about the psychology of why we spend the way we spend, and how, money works, and the approach and the mindset we need to have, because 80% of financial health and financial freedom is behavior. The rest is kind of learned skills, or theories, I should say. Psychology of Money, I'm rereading The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, because I myself am trying to pay off debt as much as possible. Another book, You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero, for the mindset of things. So guys, get your finances in order right now. Let's see, some resources that I recommend aside from those books. Minority Mindset here on YouTube, amazing. I watch their videos every single day to stay up to date with what's going on in the market every single day. And I love it because they cut to the chase. They're just talking facts. It's not polarized, it's not political or anything like that. It's just like the reality of how things are in the United States right now. Graham Stephan is another great resource as well for financial health. If you guys are needing any sort of help or assistance during this time, because you lost your job, because a lot of companies are doing a lot of major layoffs right now, I do recommend the Actors Fund, and I'll link that website if you need any sort of help as a creative. They also teach a lot of financial literacy classes, so that would be a good resource to look into as well. Also, another thing is to work on your special skills, your hobbies, and things that are going to help you as an actor, not just as an actor, but just because you enjoy them. Again, I'm a dancer. I am in dance classes. I take salsa classes, jazz classes, hip hop classes, and that is a special skill that I'm able to add to my resume. I say this all the time. I feel like I'm beating a bush, but if that's the term. But I also go out for a lot of cops and guards. So I'm working on tactical training, on learning how to shoot guns, on learning how guns work, ballistics, all that stuff. But focus on your skills, on your hobbies, and live your life, guys. Like, live your life. We'll get to living your life later, but focus on the things that you're able to accentuate about yourself and to enhance about yourself. That's going to set you apart from the rest of your competition. So maybe learning another language. Again, dance classes, salsa classes, learning accents, learning how to do your hair and makeup. I mean, things like that could be very, very, very beneficial. Social media as well. Get your materials in order. Hire an acting coach to talk about the business side of things and how to level up, or whatever advice you may need in your career where you're at in relation to your goals. Get new headshots. I'm working on that myself right now. I'll be in LA in a few months to get some new headshots done. Revamp your wardrobe, wardrobe for auditions, your prop box that you'll need for auditions. Work on your at-home setup. What needs updating, what needs new batteries. Maybe you need a new backdrop, new technology, a new laptop, whatever it is. Get your materials in order. Right now is the perfect time to do it, so when things pick back up, you're full speed ahead. Work on your space and your environment as well is a big thing. I think as actors and creatives, we tend to get so go with the day job, and then we get an audition and then we're like exhausted, right? A lot of what helps me personally is decluttering, having a clean space, getting rid of things, selling stuff. It's amazing what a clean space and a new space or a relaxing space will do to you. To your mindset. So try to get your space up to par, I guess, with serenity, if that makes sense. Another of the great things that you could do is practice self-tapes or read scripts or even read fiction. If you guys don't follow Audrey Helps Actors, it's an incredible podcast that I recommend to every single actor. She is gearing up for what she does every single year called Self-Tape May, and pretty much it's kind of a little competition among actors where people get in the habit of doing 16 tapes for the month of May. They do some market research to see what's casting, and they can either pick sides and try to cast and try to find sides along with the casting of what's being cast in their market for their type. Or like me, I'm going to be focusing on commercials and rom-coms just because rom-coms are fun for me and because I need to work on commercials and have commercial practice. So, you know, just always stay learning. Learn about screenwriting, learn about story structure, fiction, all that great stuff. It's the best time to do it. Another thing is to market research, watch TV, follow a casting grid. Atlanta Actors, Southeast Actors, 22talent.com is a great website. It's an agency, but they have a casting tab that shows everything that's casting in the Southeast. I would definitely advise to take a look, or just, you know, if you're on Netflix or Hulu or HBO, whatever, and whatever shows that you're watching, see where they're casting and if it's in your market, and study it. Study the producers, study the team, study the network, study the actors that were cast, the director, everything. That is basically how I do market research. I'm going to make a video on how I do market research in more details, but yeah. All right, another thing you can work on during a strike, health and fitness. You should be working on this all the time. I definitely took it a little bit more seriously this past 6 months, and I can tell you I feel a lot better now. But work on your health and fitness, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Get the therapy that you need. If you need therapy, if you want to get more toned, or if you just want to stay active, if you want to eat better because you've been feeling like crap. Health and fitness is so important because, guys, our body is our instrument, our emotions and our mental state is our emotions when we're getting into character. So please take care of yourself and make sure you keep up with that stamina and you take care of yourself. Mainly that's all the kind of, I know I'm trying to keep my videos short, but I definitely wanted to talk about this. But guys, I think the important thing here is to remember, as I said earlier, live your life. This is a great time. I mean, you should always be living your life, but right now is the best time to live your life because with the industry kind of, I don't want to say coming to a halt, or maybe it's just going to be slow. Focus on the things as well that you've been neglecting because you've been so busy with your day job and your acting career, because life is so short at the end of the day. Focus on the things that you've neglected in your life, your family, your friends, your relationships, your home, your children, your home life, traveling, having fun. Just live your life. We get so caught up with the goal of being an actor and booking and me, that we forget that life is happening around us, and that we tend to be selfish. I'm calling myself out for this. We tend to be very selfish, and we realize that, not everybody in the world has it as good as we do and aren't as privileged as we are here in the United States. Do some charity, volunteer at an animal shelter, foster some animals, donate money, help friends out, help your family out. Just live your life, because as actors, we also need those life experiences as well to feed us, to feed our approach to acting and our craft. So I hope this helps. If you guys have any suggestions or comments for anybody on what you're doing during a strike, please share them in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram if you want to stay in touch, or if you have any questions. And again, ask me your questions if you have them, and I will try to answer them on YouTube. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye.